Hello ladies and gentlemen, Chris Avila is here from TechedUpTeacher.com to give you this video explanation of a script that I wrote. Let me first start off by saying that I am a completely, totally, 100% amateur scripter. I know I'm not very good. I know there's probably a million better ways to do what I did, but I am pretty proud of my script that I pieced together. And from talking to some people, they seem to think it would be helpful for them. So I thought I would make this video tutorial to kind of explain what my script is about. So what you see is a form that I made. I want you to imagine that you have asked a student to provide feedback for either another student or for you, whatever the case may be. I've already entered 2 names into the form. I'm going to enter a third, so we will call this guy student 3, and he's going to send this to feedback receiver 3. Again, these would just be students' names, and I'm going to put my email address. Let's say the audio of his presentation was fair, the visual was terrible. I've already written the feedback, and I'll go ahead and submit that. Thank you for your response. So if you look, this is really kind of a pain in the butt because this is what it looks like. The first couple columns, aren't too bad to read, but if you wanted to give this feedback to a student, if you wanted to read this feedback yourself, this is really difficult. Even if you were to expand this row, it doesn't make anything any better for you. So I came up with a way to basically email student their feedback. So you can see here in column D, I have the email addresses I'm going to use. 2 are going to be sent to my personal email, 1 to be sent to my school email. We have the audio, visual, and feedback already written. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the script that I have provided on the website. You are going to go to the script editor. It will pop up and it will ask you what to do. You want to create a blank project, and it's going to look like this. You are going to paste in the script that I gave you, and this is what we are looking at. So let's take a look. I have commented where you need to make most of your changes. So first thing we need to do is go down to line 10. It says row to start gathering data, usually 2 because of the header. You shouldn't need to change this. So you'll notice, right, column 1, when you make a when you make a Google Sheet, row 1 are always the headers. Right, we're going to start gathering data in column 2. So really shouldn't be a need for you to change that unless you are doing something super special. Number of rows to process. This is typically the number of students. So if I go back to my form, I have 1, 2, 3 rows I wanted to go through. So I would change this number to equal 3. So it's currently set to 3. We're good to go. If you have 40 kids, 50 kids, or 60 rows, right, you can just put in whatever amount of rows you want to. Number of columns in the spreadsheet. So what you need to do is you need to go to the spreadsheet. You need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 columns in this spreadsheet. It goes up to G. So I am going to change number of columns to 7. Now this is important. For this next one, in this column script will write email sent. Future email will not be sent if email sent exists. So what you want to do is you want to basically make this number the next blank column in your sheet. So if I have 7 columns, my next blank one is 8. And what it's telling the script is write the word email sent after you send the email to the person, so that way you do not send duplicate emails every time you run the script. What we have in between here, it's going to fetch the range of cells, it's going to fetch the range of rows, the data, sends the email. Column email address appears in. Don't count the first column. So we're going to go over here, and we are going to see that this first column A is the timestamp. As far as this script is concerned, this column does not exist. But we have column B, column C. That means that the email is in column D, which is the 3rd column. So I'm going to make this number into a 3, because that's where the emails appear that I want to send emails to. You will see here, put a message between the quotation marks if you'd like to add anything to the body of the email. If you would like to write in the name of the assignment, if you would like to write in the message that you want to send the kid, that will be sent on every email that you email out. And if I haven't already said this, this email is going to be sent by whatever email address that you are logged into. So for instance, you can see in the top right, I'm using christopher.aviles@gmail.com. That is the email that is sending this. So what's nice about that is if you send that from your domain email, your school email, it should not get caught in any filters because it's coming from you, the teacher. You should be good until you get down to here. You'll see it says change this to change the subject of the email. So whatever you would like the title of the email to be in the inbox, you can change that. And other than that, you should be good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this feedback to you. I am going to try to running my function. It's going to ask me to authorize. I'm going to continue. I'm going to allow it to do all of these things at once. It says it's running. And now we will run send emails to. Running function send emails to. And what you'll notice if you look, when I switch over to my email, here's the first email I just received. And we can click on it and see this is what it would look like to your students. So timestamp, your name, student 1, feedback receiver, receiver's email, that's where it came from. Or I should say, excuse me, that's the email you want to send it to. Audio, excellent. Visual was an 8. And there you can see feedback sent, you know, pretty easy to see. If I jump to my school email, you will see the same thing. Student 2, feedback 2. So all the emails did go and get sent. And then feedback 3, student 3 just came through. And you'll notice now in column H it says email sent. So if I run this script again, it will not send emails to the people who have already gotten it. If you go back and look at the form, one thing you want to make sure of is you have the name of the student that is sending the feedback, you have the name of the student that's receiving the feedback, and then you want to make sure that you have the email address of the person that you want to send the feedback to, and then any other questions as well as the feedback. And so one more time, if I go back and let's say I want to send an email again, if I just get rid of email sent, I go back into the script, I'm going to cancel that, sorry. We're going to run send emails to. We can go back and we can see it has been sent to me again. So if somebody didn't get it, just erase email sent and you should be able to send it to them again. And if we go back to our sheet, we will see email sent now exists. So if I were to send it again, you know, they would not be counted in the batch emails that the script sends. So this is how I do a lot of group presentations. This is how I do a lot of critiquing of students' writing. Like I said, I am just starting out with scripting. I'm teaching myself. And so for me, this kind of solved the problem of, well, I have student feedback on a spreadsheet. How could I give it to them? For a while, I was just printing out feedback and cutting it with a scissor and giving it to the kids, and this, you know, became really frustrating. I hope to continue to work on this because some of the problems are now is if a student, if we go back over here, so you can see like Christopher Aviles gets 2 emails. Well, that's just it. He got 2 emails. I'd love to find a way to put that all into one email. I would also like to find a way to send certain columns because you can see right now it's sending everything on the spreadsheet. For me, I mean, that worked out perfectly, but for you, maybe you want to do something different. So this is definitely a work in progress. I know with all these new add-ons and scripts coming out, you know, this probably won't be needed soon. It might already not be needed, I just don't know about it. But feel free to take it, use it in good health. Hopefully I can help you guys solve some of your feedback problems. But otherwise, thank you for checking out TechedUpTeacher.com. Feel free to send me a tweet at TechedUpTeacher or drop me a comment on the site. Let me know if the script was helpful to you, some things you would like to see. Because as I try to teach myself how to script, you know, this might be something cool for me to continue to work on. It's my first ever script baby. So, thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon.